Alright, everyone. Today, and welcome back to another match in Dynascape's Intermediate Cup. Today we have another losers bracket match, which is going to be the I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm just going to call it Grach as I did last week, versus Aqua X Ruby Enjoyers. In commentary booth is going to be Nightport. Joining me again is going to be Epic Man 2. How you doing?
It's okay to leave your dog in a hot car. Anyway, yeah, I'm doing good. How is everyone?
It's a fairly nice day for commentating. We only have 2 matches left, and if I do remember correctly, they are going to be both losers bracket matches. If I check real quick. Yep, it is.
Yeah, it is.
So this is going to be Seed 32 versus Seed 17 today. Both unfortunately losing out on their winners bracket match. It's not over for them, but we're just gonna have to see how both teams perform. I have seen both teams perform, and to say the least, they've both put up a really strong match in their round of 32 performance.
Yeah.
It was just unfortunate, as Grach being Seed 32, they will obviously have the biggest disadvantage, especially coming up against Seed 1 banned from 40M, which they were, well, the 40M4 winners.
Well, yeah.
So, do you have any predictions for this?
I'm not sure. So basically I was commentating for the Aqua Ruby Enjoyers match last time, and they put up like a pretty good fight overall against Ballers, albeit they ended up getting swept. But like, I feel like, how do I say it? This match is definitely gonna be like quite different from the last, especially since they're going against Grachtengordelse Schavuiten, I believe it is. It sounds German to me.
Yep.
So yeah. And
so
those teams where they're just like facing each other on a SV map. Some funny patterns.
Yep. I do remember this map. I'm pretty sure it is called There's a Cheat. There's like no cheat into life or something. I do remember. It's a fairly dark song though. So
yeah, I've seen the music video before. I've heard it like years ago.
Yeah. So about this map, actually, it's about pressing A, B, X, and Y, and you kind of have to, well, right time and that. Kind of a typical SV map. Fairly interesting though.
Yeah.
Nothing really to say about this. So, I guess we could talk about the teams a bit. So, unfortunately, I do think both teams were swept. Yep. Banned from 40M did sweep Grach, Ballers did sweep Aqua X Ruby Enjoyers, knocking them down to the losers bracket. So, we're gonna unfortunately have to be saying goodbye to one of these teams today. So, my prediction, I do think one of the teams are going to... I do think there is opportunity for one of the teams to snag a couple of points. But as we do look on the stats sheet from round of 32, I'm just looking right now. Grach, it seems that they might be more doable on Rice. I can't really see anything from anything else. They're pretty okay at everything. I do think they are a decently well-balanced team, but it might not be enough compared to Aqua X Ruby Enjoyers, who have the stronger seed and have a bit of an advantage. But if there's anything to look out for, it might be hybrid, as that is the closest they have managed to get compared to Grach on seeding. So maybe Grach might be able to snag a couple of hybrid points if they may be comfortable with it. More on the LN side as well, as they are actually a fairly solid, decent LN team, getting 11th place with a 99.34 average on LN3 last time. But I honestly don't know yet. They could maybe potentially pick a couple of LNs, as they aren't as great on Rise, especially against Aqua X Ruby Enjoyers, especially on more the physical kind of techie side of Rise as well. which could, which Aquax.
Yeah.
Sorry, as I was saying there, um, yeah, it seems like Aquax Ruby Enjoyers might be more the physical capable team. They might be able to capitalize on that, especially compared to Grotch, who are probably the weaker physical team, as I did see from last week as well. But we'll just have to see, really. We are just approaching into our second warm-up map, which I'm pretty sure this is Aquax Ruby's pick. I'm not too sure though. It's going to be Eternally Onward, and it does seem like it is an LN map, judging by the
Oh
LNs.
yeah, I remember this. Oh yeah. Ardolph's a pretty good artist, to be honest. I've talked with him like the past few years. He has some really good stuff. I should map something from him someday. Like, there's like a lot of untapped potential that needs to be filled, you know. And as we like get through this pick, this warm-up map, which is Eternally Onward, mapped by Hightex. Rather recognizable mapper, by the way. It would seem that Aqua Ruby Enjoyers has a bit of an advantage over the technical LN patterns here, as there's a bunch of coordination involved. The map itself being already like quite harder than what is like expected of this map pool, especially when it comes to the LN field and everything. So I think as it stands now, Aqua Ruby Enjoyers would most likely pose like a really sort of dangerous threat to Grachtengordelse, as they are like quite well versed based off what I have like commentated over in the previous match that I put on. So yes.
Yep, and as we are kind of seeing, I can definitely see what type of matchup this is going to be. But again, with a map like this, which is kind of LN hybrid-ish, well, it seems that Aquax Ruby Enjoyers might have the advantage on LN though, which could pose a big problem towards Grotch, especially fighting a mid-C team like Aquax Ruby Enjoyers. I don't know if there's much you can do in a situation where they would probably be better in most situations, especially Mr. Alamello with that 13 grade 983k. Definitely a
Yeah.
player to look out for, especially on the LN side of things. But again, you should probably
Yeah.
looking out
Yeah,
for.
with a like sort of score like spread such as this really like this can definitely look to be really scary for Grachtengordelse. So I think if anything, they would have to like try and stray away from Ellen picks such as these that are like dense, and maybe like try and go for something that's like in their advantage. So in their case,
I think I think they'd probably be better off sticking to less physical maps, as we did see from the warm-up and we have seen from the stats. So maybe we could potentially see I won't know if we'd seen LN1. Actually, as we're now getting 2D rolls, it does look like it does look like Aquax Ruby Joy is doing the roll, I'm pretty sure. Did I? I'm not too sure actually. But okay,
I believe it's Grotch and
Grotch did win the roll, so they are going to be protecting first. It does look like they're going to resort to LN2, which is going to be density pick.
So Togakushi.
Yep, I'm not really too sure on what I do think of that as a protect, but they're protecting it. They must be fairly comfortable with it, so I'm not really going to question it further. Also, it is the Kung Fu Panda map, so you can't really complain about it like that. So for Aquax,
I mean, I did reference it last time, and it seems that Aqua Ruby and George is going to be protecting Frozen 1, which is Rice 4, I believe. So, like one of the technical picks. And they're going to be banning Connection, which is Hybrid 2.
Yeah, that's a very strong ban in their favor, especially when you're coming
Yeah.
up against a more physical capable team like Aqua X-Ray Enjoyers. It's probably... Oh no, hold on. Oh, never mind. Yeah, again, fair ban for Hybrid 2, especially on their side as well. Could
And then
be a small...
Grachtengordelse is going to be banning Rice 2, which is BOL, map by law. So quite interesting, considering that like Aqua Enjoyers is a rather like grounded team in general. So like they can definitely like play within the fields of Rice and Alan, as we have seen in the past. So considering how practically dangerous this match can turn out, I'd say that like Grachtengordelse would really needs to like try and be able to fight for them to like be able to stay in the tournament. Considering the dangerous scores that Ruby Enjoyers has set in the tournament prior.
Yep, you did say it. So as we do get past our protects and bans, the bans are going to be, of course, Hybrid 2, kind of the 50-50 hyper pick, kind of the wildcard hybrid pick. It is a fairly physical map as well. Very techy and very jacky as well. It is a fairly popular ban and more of a well-thrown on map. And for Grotch, they were banning Rice 2. Again with the Rice 2 ban, a very reasonable ban as well. It's a fairly tricky map, especially with the fast BPMs, with the high BPM streams. It's not too easy for under 16. So we are going to get into the core jack pick first, which is going to be Good Luck You're Freaked. Again, we have to keep family friendly here. Did I hear? I didn't hear anything in the background. So this is going to be core jack pick, which, well, not exactly core jack pick, but is a fairly light core jack map. So you're going to have to be very consistent with this type of pick, because oh, you're good luck, you're thunderstruck. Oh my.
True.
Yeah, we can use that placeholder for the map. We need to keep stuff family friendly here. As I was saying, this map is clocking in 3 minutes as well. It is going to be a small test of consistency and stamina, especially Jack's stamina. Oh my god. So in we go. The MP has been kicked off, and we are kicking off the first map of the match. And as already, Uvix finding a small rough start, dropping those grades. Oh, and as I say that, Kaido Master is going to find an early drop. But if there is anything but if there's any player to drop, it would most likely be the start of the map. So there is still time to catch up, which is going to be a small bit of a minor inconvenience. But we are starting off, and Kaido is going to find another drop as well, which is going to bring the score gap even wider right now, which is not really looking good for Garage at the start.
For sure. As we make it through the first core of this map, it would appear that Ruby Enjoyers has now like given themselves a lead of about 12,000 points. So also already like looking really slim for Grachtengordelse. So for them to like be able to like try and pull back the lead, they would need to try and maintain their accuracy and as I say that, Kaido Master is going to be finding another drop in the map during the chorus, I believe it is.
Yep, Kaido Master and Primal Chaos both finding drops, which is gonna... The Kaido Master actually isn't really able to keep up with most of this map, especially compared to Aqua X-Ray Enjoyers, still holding on to both highest accuracy in the lobby, with Mr. Adamello holding on to that 99.89. Potentially still have V1 double S as well, won't be surprised, but with a score gap this big, I think Garage are really just going to be needing a miracle for this. Oh, I just been notified now it is pronounced hold on. From Machos. I'm sorry.
Just imagine saying like nachos but promo at the start instead of nah.
Okay, Pro Machos. It just reminds me of McSamu all over again. You gotta watch out as well for some of them. Mixed damage.
Yeah. As we make it into the last quarter of the map, it would appear that Aquarubian Joyers is still maintaining their massive lead still by a landslide. This is not really looking good for Grachtengordelse. So if they were to like try and win this pick, the last thing they would need to hope for right now would be a massive meltdown on the other team for them to be able to like cross the 9,000 point lead. But there isn't enough time for that right now, as the map is closing out. As it stands now, Aquarubian Joyers is going to be taking this first point of the match. Both Mr. Adamello holding the best score in this round so far, with a rather insane ratio, scoring about 995,000 points, with only one great as well. That is insane, like legit.
Oh my god, my mic was on mute as I was saying that. Okay.
So now the next pick that we're going to be seeing is from Aquarubian Joyers. So honestly, I'm not sure what they could pick, but it seems they're going. It seems that they're going to be going for Rice Freeze, which is one of the technical maps of the Rice Pool. So, quite an interesting pick. They can definitely like use this to their advantage. Oh, but they're mainly using this because, I don't know, the song jams out to them, perhaps?
I think Aquarubian Joyers can definitely capitalize off that pick, especially judging off by the performance from the previous matches. It seems that Aquarubian Joyers do have the physical advantage, as we did see before. Grotch, again, a bit behind when it does come to physical compared to Aquarubian Joyers. Especially in kind of a pick like this, it is fairly hard being 150 BPM dumb, which is not usually easy. Well, I'm not a mapper, so I don't know my beat snapping in my division.
I mean, this is a dump map.
Yep, it is also.
I'm not really too familiar with it though. I only like found out about it like when it was revealed to be part of this pool. So yeah.
It is on my playlist. Master is resorting to using hidden in this match as well. It doesn't seem like we are getting any subs again. Mr. Adamello having a small rough start on the islands. Actually, in fact, most people besides EU Fix. Master having that unfortunate more rough start as well, finding a break in the early point in the map. But again, it is probably the best place to find a break compared to everywhere else in the map. But you know, you're getting that combo count up. I don't even know if hidden was the best idea for Master, as Master is dropping a lot of grades, only being down to that 96 mark. From map shows as well, falling a bit behind, also finding that drop, going down to that 98 mark as well. Master actually falling underneath the S rank range as well, with that 120k point lead. With a map short like this, even finding one drop is going to be
really lethal.
Yes, as you said it, really fatal. And unless, well, a disconnect happens, I don't know if there's any time for Grotch to catch back up, especially with a double 99. And I hate to say it, but with just how low the accuracy is for Kaido Master, I highly doubt there's any chance for them to catch up. But we'll see. Grotch probably have to pray for something to happen, but it doesn't really seem that right now, as Kaido Master again finds a couple of drops and misjudgments on those flams. As we are looking at the other side, again, it seems that Aqua X Ruby enjoyers are finding this pick extremely comfortable. As I did say at the start, being able to capitalize off a pick like this, which kind of raises a bit of red flags for Grouch, as they aren't really able to keep up with a map like this, which could raise red flags for potential other Rice picks.
Yeah.
So there we have it. Aqua X Ruby enjoyers are going to snag the second point. Grouch are going to have to pick wisely for this next pick if they want to snag a point back. Actually, very impressive scores as well. Mr. Adamello taking the MVP with the 99.45, 982k. Both players on Aqua X Ruby enjoyers having the same 200 count, but Mr. Adamello again with the better ratio. Promachos not as far behind, but comparing to Aqua X Ruby enjoyers, it is still reasonably far behind. But still not bad scores again from everyone. It is a fairly hard map, especially with the dump patterns. It's not really like a lot of people see that in the tournaments. So Grotch are going to resort to their Protect, as I probably would. Which I probably would be picking their Protect in this instinct, which is going to be the Density pick. LN2, the Kung Fu Panda pick. Really excited to see how this goes.
Yeah.
And actually I think Promachos is going to get subbed in for Riley. Which we have seen Riley being comfortable with LMs, as we did see in the warm-up, so not surprised that Riley is getting subbed in for this.
So yeah, as we make it into Grachtengordelse Protect for this match, it would appear it may seem that like just facing awkward enjoyers in this scenario is like really dangerous in general, considering that their Hawkeye and have shown and have posed to be shown and have shown that they are like a lot really frightening in terms of physicality difference. However, it's always good to maintain like faith for everyone else, especially because this is their Protect. This must like conclude that they should be confident at their least. And as it stands, we're going to be seeing the scores flicker back and forth. Both teams like finding misjudgments here and there. Albeit now the score is now quickly leaning towards Aquaruby Enjoyers' advantage.
Yep.
Now we're at about 1,000 points in the lead.
Yep, it definitely seems like
This is definitely the sort of stuff that you don't want to like happen in a match. So, as we're only about a quarter into this map, and it may seem that Kudo Master is going to be taking a bit of a miss as well, just increasing the lead for Aquaruby Enjoyers' repertoire.
Yep, as we do finish off the front hand of the map, everyone's still fairly holding on well after that inverse section. Effects I did think dropped a misjudgment there. Everyone holding on fairly well. Kaido Master is unfortunately a bit far behind again with the 98. But really if there's anything to look out for, it's Mr. Adamello right now, holding on to that 99.6. Extremely comfortable with this type of pick. Riley not too far behind, holding the second highest accuracy in the lobby, but just compared to Mr. Adamello, I don't think it's going to be enough as we do approach the final quarter of the map. We're just going to have to see again. Kaido Master struggling on the intro of the final area of the map, which with the 48k difference, with almost a 50k actually now, I think it is going to potentially seal a deal for this map. Unfortunately, going to be snagging another breakpoint on Aqua X Ruby Enjoyers as the map does come to a close. So yep, there we go. Another breakpoint for Aqua X Ruby Enjoyers. Mr. Adamello taking the MVP again, showing what they are capable of with LM picks with that free 200 count. Very impressive, near 990 as well. UFX again, UFX and Rally not too far behind as well, with the double 970s. Master again, still pretty decent score, but I don't think it is enough, especially comparing to Aqua X Ruby Enjoyers. I don't know. I think Grotch might have to resort to not. I think Master is better off not using Hidden unless, well, they're comfortable with using it a bit more. As we did see from the first pick as well, they were way more comfortable with Hidden. So yeah, we are now getting back into Aqua X Ruby Enjoyer's pick, which could potentially take Grotch to match point. So you're going to pick the frozen one, as they said. It's going to be Undiscovered Colors, Rice 5. Oh, never mind. They're going to be picking Rice 4, frozen one. I was correct.
Yep.
So Rice 4 is going to be the mixed Rice pick. Fun fact, it was an LN map, but, you know, we just took out all the LNs. So it does seem like Master is going to be getting subbed out for Promachos again for this type of pick. This is a fairly tricky map, especially, you know, mixed Rice, kind of a test of all your Rice skill sets, also being fairly physical as well. At 210 BPM, it is a fairly fast map for this stage in the tournament. So fairly reasonable pick off Aqua X Ruby Enjoyers. They could potentially capitalize off this pick, as we did see from the previous Rice picks, but we're just gonna have to see. Anything can happen. The MP does come out, and here we go.
Alright. Okay. So as we make our way into this match, the scores start off with a bit of a flicker. As we start the map off with a rather sort of dense section with Rice patterns, which are sort of stream oriented in a way, with a bunch of anchors and stuff. So you definitely need to maintain some accuracy if you want to get some points on this, in which Ruby Enjoyers is excelling at right now, as they have found another 6,000 point lead, 10,000 point lead, 12,000 point lead in fact. So already yet another dangerous match for Grachtengordelse. However, the map does get more difficult as the time goes forward. So definitely they should try and capitalize off of the denser parts of this map to be able to try and give themselves a potential advantage back.
Yep. So as we do get into finishing off the front hand of the map, it definitely seems that the score advantage is going to Aqua X Ruby Enjoyers. Free full combos on the board. Unfortunately, with Riley finding a fairly dirty drop as well. A bit uncomfortable this map, as did see throughout the long jack. As we did see throughout the long jack section, I think dropping a few early 200s there. As well, there are no 99s on the board from Grotch. The accuracy advantage is extremely towards Aqua X Ruby Enjoyers, with Mr. Adamello holding onto that 99.7A. So you gotta be watching out for a pick like this. It is very jacky, and I would say slight jack bursts as well, because, you know, you just gotta watch out for those mini jacks and those jump drill transitions as well. I have seen a fair share of players finding a lot of misjudgments on some of those jump drills, and even misses as well. But outside of that, the map is still fairly hard in general with the high BPM.
Yeah, for sure. As we make it towards the very end of the map, it may seem that, as we can tell by the massive score difference, we're really dangerous, by the way. for Grachtengordelse. It may seem that this point is going to be going to Aqua Ruby enjoyers as they have finally reached match point for this round. So basically now, there is not much options left for Grachtengordelse right now. So therefore, if they want to be able to like try and keep themselves afloat in the tournament, they definitely have to try and like pull something. They definitely need to try and be able to like reverse sweep the whole match to force a tiebreaker.
Yep.
So
Grotch
yeah,
Grotch are gonna need to pick wisely for this pick, as this pick may potentially be their last.
yeah.
Um, I don't really know what they could potentially pick. As we did see, they are fairly a bit far behind. Oh wait, what? Did they forfeit?
Wait, what?
Oh, never mind. An extra point was given. So, as I was saying, it seems that Grotch don't really have the physical hand compared to aqua Ruby enjoyers. So maybe I was thinking potentially Rice 1 or even LN 1. As we did see that Grotch actually have some fairly decent LN players like Riley. Promachos as well is a fairly good LN player. So yeah, I wasn't really surprised that they picked LN 1. They need to play this wisely, and they need to be on top of their A game for a pick like this, as it could potentially be their last. We don't want to say goodbye to them yet as well.
And as it may turn out, it seems that Grachtengordelse is going to be picking LN1. So potentially the last pick of the whole match, unless a reverse sweep happens or they win. So as it stands now, this is definitely looking really dangerous for Grachtengordelse, as they're like on the verge of being swept. So therefore, to be able to like keep themselves in the tournament, like I said earlier, they definitely need to be able to like try and uphold themselves and be able to start some sort of reverse streak, some reverse sweep to be able to like force a tiebreaker so they can stay in the tournament.
Come on, Grotch.
Yeah.
I put my blessing in. I put my LN blessing into you, despite being an avid Percy user myself.
Score some goals for me.
Come on, England.
Come
Here we go. You know, LN ones are, as we did see, some of the release-oriented picks are more frowned on by the players in this sort of way. But, the score gap isn't too bad as we do get out the intro. Actually, towards Grotch this time. Maybe the LN blessing might have worked. But it's with EUFX kind of struggling on these releases, falling under the 99 mark, which actually does come back to them. Well, the score is very, equal right now. Mostly because of Mr. Adamello's high accuracy for this. Actually, falling a slightly bit below, but comparing to everyone else in the lobby who are underneath 99, it's definitely going to bring a big boost into Aqua X Ruby enjoyers.
And as we make it towards the first course and the first quarter of the map, Kudomos is going to be taking a bit of a drop, and now it seems that Aqua Ruby enjoys is going to get another 15,000 point lead into the match. So already looking really fatal for Grachtengordelse. So they really need to be able to try and lock in to be able to win this.
Yep. However, we still have half the map left. It's a fairly long map as well, clocking in at 3 minutes 23. Cannonmaster finding another drop, which isn't really ideal for Grotch right now. But again, there is still plenty of time to make it back up to that max combo count. So, but with that 36,000 point difference, and again with the drop again from Kaido Master, and the accuracy advantage from Aqua X Ruby enjoyers, I don't know if there's going to be any time to catch up, especially with Mr. Adamello holding nearly a whole % better than Riley right now. and holding 1.5% higher than Kylo Master as well. You gotta watch out on this type of map. Like, these maps are no doubt tricky. Like, there's a reason why Coronation is usually one of the most banned maps in a tournament like this, or just in general as well, as it definitely shows a difference between the top and the bottom. But here we go, kicking into the final quarter of the map. Grach, right now, they still have room for a comeback. You could see some signs of life in Grach, but as we do see back to the both max combo counts, but we're just gonna have to see. Is the miracle gonna come in their favor and they're gonna snipe the points starting the reverse sweep? Or will they have to unfortunately go home?
All or nothing right now. I have my faith in Grachtengordelse right now. They need to be able to do something as their return lines are in stake right now as it stands. With not much of the map left, though, there isn't really much that can be done because there is now a 66,000 point lead. Therefore, Awk Ruby enjoyers having won this map means they've pretty much won, that they are going to be staying in the tournament and pretty much like punching their ticket into quarterfinals of the losers bracket.
Yup, GG's well
Yep.
played to both teams. Very good performance put on by everyone. Especially just everyone in general. Like, you all put up a really good performance again for this match. Take it as a bit of inspiration that you'll do better you'll do better in the next round, next tournament, just in general again for just everyone, really.
Yeah.
So, but unfortunately, at the end of the day, there's only going to be one winner. And unfortunately, that means we are going to have to say goodbye to Grach, as they were knocked out in the losers bracket. Meanwhile, for Aqua X Ruby enjoyers, they are going to be moving on to the losers bracket quarterfinals, where they will have to play 2 matches next week in the conditionals. So they will have to be facing Roblox addicts after they have forfeited their winners bracket match this week. So stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, this was the second last match, as now in 20 minutes from now, we are going to be seeing our final match for this week, which is going to be qualifying Duel versus Public Enemy number 39. So Epic Man, I'm pretty sure you are commentating for that.
Yeah, I'm going to be commentating for it.
Yeah, so best of luck for that. So Epic Man will keep you tuned here. So do you actually have any closing statements for this before we do sign off for a quick break?
I don't really have any closing statements right now, apart from perhaps maybe one little something.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. If you would like to say it, then you can go ahead.